Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. This is coming from Sam Bankman-Fried. He was spotted at the American Airlines lounge at JFK. As you guys can see this here. Pictures were kind of running around the internet for the last couple of days. I'm just showing you guys in case you haven't seen them. This is him hanging out in the American Airlines lounge. This is him on the plane, and I guess he was flying business class. And you can see he has plenty of legroom and has access to a computer to try to figure out where the money went. One of the things is interesting. We actually talked about this a couple days ago where when Caroline Ellison made a public statement, she was saying that FTX executives had taken billions of dollars in loans. We'll see, where that money went, and we'll try to find it. One of the court filings, this is from the CFTC, so this would be Commodities and Future Trading Commission. They were saying, in part of the sort of the filing was that FTX referred to a special sort of Korean friends account of where the $8 billion may or may not be. Who knows? It's interesting because we're in Korea, as you guys know, when I film these things. I have not seen the $8 billion, but if I do, I will let you know. The other big story, which I'm sure you guys know, is that it's really, really cold. And in fact, this is not just in the USA. I'm just telling you guys, here in Korea, it's been really, really cold as well. So I think it's everywhere. The cold is getting so bad, actually. There's some people who have lost their lives, unfortunately. And roads have been stuck. I've seen pictures of car accidents everywhere. Also, too, a really interesting thing, which I didn't know, it's so cold that even moose will lose their horns. I just didn't know moose did this. This was actually, it was funny. Sometimes the Korean news covers American stuff, and this is essentially coming out of the USA. And this is the owner of said moose horns. But basically, they have like what do I call it? Like a doorbell camera, and was able to catch that. So so if you didn't know that, or did know that, please write in the comments. I just didn't know moose lose their horns. I had no idea. But when it gets really cold, anything can happen, I guess. Travel is still tough. I saw that a lot of flights are being canceled. People are trapped at the airports. I guess it's getting a little bit better, but I feel sorry for the people who are in this spot, stuck at the airport watching this video. Hopefully you can get to where you're going, and please be safe out there. Things do look bad. There was this other thing. This was like in Mississippi where they were saying you got to boil your water. Maybe it's unclean. I've seen other footage floating around where like people turn on the faucet and like the water is instantly frozen. It's just really, really cold. So that's really one of the headlines. People out of power, these kind of things. And the other headline as well is what's happening in China. So you're going to hear of a couple different companies. So one is Tesla is suspending production in Shanghai. It is a real thing that COVID is a big problem over there. And in fact, we talked about this, I want to say a week or so ago, where it was reported that Tesla was going to slow down production. Tesla denied that report, so it turned out that Tesla was lying. I'm not making it up because we reported it. And when I first reported the Tesla slowdown, some people wrote in the comments, "Hey Chris, what about Tesla denying it?" Well, this is sort of how you determine sort of accuracy over time, is how often are reports accurate, and how often are people essentially giving you the full story. And like I said, Tesla is indeed suspending production. You guys can see right here. Apple's going to be facing some trouble as well. Much of the production of iPhones is in China. Also, too, right? They need to sell the said iPhones to people, and if Chinese people aren't making them or buying them, that slows it down. Also, too, you have to deal with distribution, warehousing, all kinds of things, and the COVID situation is actually really bad. So we just talked about a few companies, but I don't want to ever lose sight of like there's real people actually still dealing with COVID. Many countries are over this, and you guys know we just had the World Cup, and Chinese people are watching. All these people having fun on the World Cup, and like what's going on with us? And evidently, though, the government, it's so bad they just stopped releasing daily numbers. So we don't even know exactly how many people are sick. But one estimate, as I was looking at this here, which is like really a lot. 250 million people got COVID in the first 20 days, and we'll see. I don't have we don't know the exact numbers, but some of the predictions coming out, before we were hearing that maybe as many as 1 million people may die in China, and now you're saying like 250 million people have COVID. It is really, really serious. This is from Beijing. They're saying they have no beds, no oxygen. And if you guys remember the whole COVID situation that that we went through, and I was in New York City when it first started, and it was really scary. Didn't know what was going on. The issue now is we actually do know what's going on, but essentially, unfortunately, the Chinese government bumbled the response. They just, you know, I've mentioned it before for you guys who don't know. They were trying to get the COVID vaccines and the American vaccines, but they wanted the basically Moderna's secret formula, and Moderna wasn't going to hand it over. And it just, unfortunately, the regular Chinese people had to pay the price. You know, it's really a shame. And you know, I do want to leave you with some positive things, though, is, you know, during this time of, you know, Christmas and things like that, I saw this story and want to share with you guys. This reminds me of, there's some really, really nice people in the world, and you know, every country in the world has nice people, and I just want to focus on that as well. And this was a story, I guess these they were Korean tourists. A couple people were on their honeymoon. You know, there's some college students. You know, these are young people. You guys can see in the picture here. And they were heading up to Niagara Falls, like, so hanging out in New York area, upstate New York. And their bus got stranded. There was a couple Americans that live in the area, I guess like a dentist and his wife, and there was a knock on the door, and the people said, "Hey, you know, can we borrow a shovel? We need to dig out our van because we're trapped." And ultimately, the nice, you know, couple invited the tourists home. I think there was like 9 of them, something like that. And you can see pictures in the house. And evidently, the tourists also had Korean food with them, so they prepared some, you know, traditional dishes along with what the people already had. And this is a picture of them digging them out of the snow. But I just think it's a nice story, and I just think there's always a reminder that sometimes, you know, you can have a lot of you know, fighting and stuff like that on the internet, but you know, in the real world, there's a lot of nice people out there, and this just reminds me of the way the world, I think, could be, can be, and is, when you're in the situation of when you open up your hearts and your homes to people, and share that Christmas spirit. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the holiday, staying safe out there, and staying warm. That weather thing is actually really serious. And as you mentioned before, the triple-demic is also no joke. So do protect yourselves, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. And this has been your Daily News.